And we are live, folks. Welcome to the Sit Down Standard, the podcast celebrating all the amazing things you can do while sitting, whether it's enjoying movies, watching television, or playing games. I'm one of your hosts, David Bram, joined as always by Gerald Bales.
Hi.
And Jordan Peterson.
That's a Mr. Jordan Peterson to you.
Oh, 2 in a row, buddy.
I know.
It's awesome.
Consistent.
Who are you? Are you okay?
Before we start the podcast, we want to let everybody know, if you are listening to the audio version, go to youtube.com/sitdownstandard. We're getting there, guys.
And see our suboptimal faces.
Oh, whatever. Or you can, of course, catch the audio version. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher, as well as SoundCloud. So you can go on any of those services. But before we get into the next part of the show, we've got more stuff to give away. Part of our June...
Giveaway for what, David?
June for St. Jude's.
It's a segment.
Nice. Good job. As always, we're going to talk about some of the prizes, but before, we'll tell you how you enter the contest. Basically, what we're doing is we're encouraging people to donate to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Very simple to enter. All you need to do, go to stjude.org/donate. Donate at least $5.
At least, people, come on.
We had a $100 one.
Yeah,
That's
awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
And then once you do the donation, you just snap a photo of it and then post it on your Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with hashtag SDSGIVEAWay. Sit Down Standard SDS Giveaway. Or of course you could just email it to us if you don't want to post it on your stuff, or if you don't have any social media outlets. Our email is
sitdownstandard@gmail.com.
So again, just donate some money. We're trying to raise some money for the Children's Hospital. Always a good cause.
And we have a bunch of stuff we're giving away. Check us out on Instagram. David's been going ham.
Yeah, I know.
Posting all the different things. Like every hour seems like we got something new to give away. We have like probably 3,000 prizes. No, not really. But a lot of different stuff we're giving away. Check it out.
Yeah, we've got lots of great
cool
board
stuff.
games. We're also giving away a pair of Bose headphones. And that's just wave...
Grand prize, Bose headphones.
Wave 1. We got wave 2 coming right now. You guys ready? All right, let's talk about some more games.
Buckle in. Here we go.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
Every time you send me pictures of new stuff that you can win, I always think I get to play them. And then I realize that we're just giving them away.
I have most of this, don't worry.
Disappointing.
Most of these, I think
that
about
looks awesome.
99% of the stuff I have already. But let's start with the first additional prize that we're going to be adding to the June for St. Jude's giveaway. This was from Grail Games. They gave us a copy, or actually a bundle of the Grail Games bundle. It's going to include a copy of 010, a copy of 2 Mini Cinderellas, and a copy of Circus Flaccati, I think is how you say it.
010 is some kind of binary game?
Yeah, okay, so I'm
what
going to
does
talk
010 mean in binary? I don't.
00?
010.
Oh, 2?
Oh, okay.
Good job. So I'll talk about each one. They're actually, what's cool about these games, they're all kind of, there's this, they're called micro games, so they're very simple to play, but they actually have a lot of strategy, and we had a chance to play one of them today.
Which one?
We played Circus Flaccati.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool game.
Yeah, so 010 is a binary game where you're basically playing zeros and ones. One team is the zeros and one team is the ones. And you have like a kind of a, you're playing cards and you're trying to delete. Like they actually have terms like delete and run, like actual programming in it. It's pretty cool. Again, very simple to play. It doesn't take too long to play. The next one is called 2 Mini Cinderellas. Another very cool game. Remember, what was that game where you're like, is your person, do they have glasses on? What was that called? And you flip the faces down.
Guess who?
Guess who?
Yeah.
It's like kind of has this guess who thing where you're playing cards to eliminate. You have cards that say like all your different Cinderellas, and they have different attributes. Some of them like chocolate cake, some of them have brown hair, some of them are teens, whatever.
Don't you just need to know their shoe size? Is that all you need to know to find the right Cinderella?
I wish.
You already got the slipper. What more do you need?
No, but you're playing cards to say, oh, well, this Cinderella doesn't do this. So you're eliminating options, and you're all playing cards trying to figure out who is the Cinderella, and whoever matches the correct grouping at the end wins the game. So it's got that guess who kind of feel where that's what it reminded me of when I was looking at the game. And then we played Circus Flaccati, I think is how you pronounce it.
Sure.
It's a great game. It's from Dr. Reiner Knizia. I always bring him.
Favorite guy, Doc.
Doc. His games are super simple to play, but are very, very fun. We had a chance to play. We went down to a board game cafe. We'll get into that in a second, but we had a great time playing it. Cool artwork.
Different artwork. It's like it's like old timey circus fair. Like think of that. And they're like humans, and they're different acts and stuff. So you have like the magician, you have like the strong man, all the stuff you'd see.
Yeah.
But all the heads are like fleas.
Flea circus.
It's freaking weird. But the bodies are all human. It's very weird, and like the text is kind of it's classic, but it's a cool, fun game once you get the hang of it.
Yeah. So that's the Grail Games bundle. You can check out more of their great games at grail-games.com. So we want to thank them again. We want to thank everybody for giving us all these great games to give away. It's fantastic.
You know what's awesome is like you have all these things to give away, and they're like bundled with multiple things in each.
Yeah, it's not like one game.
Yeah.
You're getting 3 games from this. You know.
Speaking of 3 games, let's move on to the next one. Asmadi Games gave us a bundle to give away too. The Asmadi Games bundle. They gave us a copy of 3 games. Again, these are kind of those they call them micro games, so they're very simple card games. But we were playing them today at the Board Game Cafe.
I would not call Red 7 simple, but it is very fun. Like once you get the hang of it, like then.
So you get a copy of the aforementioned Red 7.
Not Red 5.
No, Red 7.
Red 7.
Red 7 liter. Adorable Pandaring. Pandaring, I think is actually how you say it.
Pandering?
No, it's Pandaring. It has an A. And then Meow.
Meow.
So 3 really great
Do you
characters.
see me drinking milk from a sausage?
Actually, Meow.
I say meow.
Meow's really cool. It's a deduction game where there's cards that say meow. It's a cat party. Clearly, that's the theme.
Duh.
Cat party, but sharks are trying to get into the cat party.
Of course.
And they're not meow. They're not meow. But the way the game works is you take cards, and essentially they'll either say meow or not meow. But every time you grab a card from the draw pile, you say meow. Good job. And then everybody can.
What is it? He's like, meow.
You can
Love
call
that movie.
you can call out other people, and if they get caught with a not meow, then they're out. But if you call them out and they don't, then you're out. And then if anybody ever has 2 not meow cards, they win. So it's it plays in like 10 minutes.
I never understand why they have to go with the crazy like cat theme.
It's what's hip, man. Cats and
are
sharks
awesome.
and put them in a game.
I don't understand it. I know like cats is like the #1 Googled thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like cute cats, but I don't understand. I don't.
If I could
Cats
get
are
a
cute,
cute
man.
cat in this podcast, I would. Trust me.
Just
Get
sit
more
here on the
views.
table, yeah.
just prancing along the table back and
Do you
forth.
see me?
We'd probably
Nimby,
go
dimby,
like
dimby from tree to tree.
We'd have thousands of viewers if we just had
Exactly.
a small cat. I don't get the fascination. I love cats, but not to look at it on the internet all day or play a board game called Meow or Not Meow.
Well, they also have the
Exploding Kittens. Did you play that? It was a good game.
good game.
Okay.
Well, we played Red 7 today, which is another game that's included in there. Excellent game. It's got like this cool step-up ability, so you can play it kind of like a real base level, and then we got up to like the expert level, and it's like a card game, like a 30 cards or 60 cards in the deck, and we were like sitting there thinking like,
It's like Super Uno.
yeah, it's like
weird.
super Uno. So again, that's Asmadi Games. You can check out more of their great games at asmadigames.com. Again, we're going to have photos and stuff like that, so you'll actually see all the photos here in the video. If you're listening to the audio version, go to the video version. Getting half the experience, man. Okay, next bundle, and again, another game we had a chance to play today at the Board Game Cafe. It is from Navu Games. They gave us a copy of Stockpile to give away. This is a stock market game. Now, sit down. I know that sounds not great.
Standard.
Good job.
That was your joke, David.
Sit down, standard. Okay, Stockpile is a stock market game, but it is so much fun. It's actually really funny.
Do you know why it's so much fun?
Why?
Because I won.
Well,
Yeah.
you did win, crushed it. But you're doing this basic idea of buy low, sell high. But what's cool is you have insider information. So everyone's a little bit of Martha Stewart going on here. But no one gets arrested or an ankle bracelet on their leg.
They're probably all members of Congress.
Oh, getting political. But what's cool is basically each player is going to have some information that only they know, and then there's going to be some kind of global information that everybody's going to know. So it has this really cool, like, when you start selling your stock, I'm like, why are you selling your stock? Do you know it's going to drop? It's very, very cool. We were playing it, and the whole time he's like looking at me like, what? Are you messing with me? Are you it's
Like, why are you bidding on those stocks? Why should you be bidding on these?
Yeah,
you know?
it's got these. It has a lot of mechanics, but it's super like
Your
smooth.
stocks can split. You can get paid out on dividends. It all sounds like super nerdy, but like it's laid out very well, very thematic. It's cool. I feel like I learned a lot.
Yeah, like for instance,
I'm gonna dump all my money on my 401k and use my skills playing this game to invest.
he's like, what we were playing. He's like, you're creating a bubble. What are you doing? It was a lot of fun.
Got to get those subprime home loans, you know.
So that's a copy of Stockpile. Again, we want to thank Navu Games. You can check out all their stuff at navugames.com. They actually, I believe it's either going on right now or just ended. They have an expansion that's on Kickstarter. It's called Continuing.
Panama Papers. Oh wait,
Close. It's called Continuing Corruption. So it's
yeah.
about as close. The Panama Papers expansion. Hey, if you're gonna make that, at least give us some credit. Okay. The next one is actually from us. We are giving this away. It is.
You're welcome.
It's
Internet.
now Jordan loves superheroes. If you didn't know, he has a. And actually, we're giving away 2 Dice Master bundle starter sets. We have the Amazing Spider-Man starter set. We've played Dice Masters a ton. You guys,
So much fun.
The game's great. It's superheroes and dice. That's all you need.
A lot of dice.
So we have the Amazing Spider-Man starter set, which you can play 2-player, and then of course there's lots of expansions you can go and buy. Of course, what's cool about this game? It is a collector, but it's like $1 for a pack, and it gives you 2 cards and 2 dice. So it's not like it's not Magic the Gathering. You know what I mean? And the other one we're giving away is DC. It's called Finest Hour, I believe it's what it's called, or no, World's Finest. So we got the Green Lantern thing.
I got to play the DC sides. I've only played the Marvel sides.
Oh, well, guess what? You can have Spider-Man go up against Green Lantern. Who would win that?
Green Lantern.
Okay, just checking.
Hands down.
So go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, it depends on which Green Lantern.
Oh God, here we go.
I mean,
Here we go.
Nerd it up.
Mythos. Here we go.
So again, that's we're going to be giving. We're giving away the Bose headphones, and then we also have the Dice Masters bundle that you can win. Again, it's the starter set for both of those, and you can mash them up. They even have a version of D&D. They have a Yu-Gi-Oh. They have more Marvel ones with
Those
X-Men.
licensing deals, man, it's crazy.
You can mix all of them together and have this Uber. They'll start
Nerd fight.
Your fan fiction will come to life. Next one we're giving away is from our good friends over at Atlas Games. They participated in our last giveaway in the holiday, and now they're participating again. They're giving away 2 bundles. So let's start with the first one. The first one is the Cthulhu bundle.
David Jones.
They're giving away a copy of Cthulhu Gloom, which we've had a chance to play. Gloom, we even played Munchkin Gloom. Excellent game. So much fun. Take
very
that
weird,
card
but cool
kit.
game, yeah.
The next one is, they've got 2 games here. They have Cthulhu 500, which is a Cthulhuoid indie car game, and then you have Fast and Fathong, which is Fatogin, I think is actually how you pronounce it. It's, Cthulhu spelled all crazy, and it's a street racing game, card game with Cthulhu, right?
Do they just own the licensing for Cthulhu and they're just trying to put in whatever they can?
Cthulhu's the man. But yeah, great games. And then there's also Cults Across America, so you're going to get a huge... If you didn't like Cthulhu, you're going to love them.
You will now.
It's awesome. So that's the first bundle. That's the Cthulhu bundle. The next one's even better. You know how we used to do we were sponsored by 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten? These are some awesome books. It's called the Mini Mythos, a series of books that they're help publishing. And they're really awesome. They have the, Where the Deep Ones Are. So it's playing on, the deep ones,
Wild ones.
Yeah. You have the, Antarctic Express, Polar Express. You have Goodnight Azathoth.
Wow.
But my personal favorite is Clifford the Big Red God.
You just see the picture of it. I mean, David will probably post it up, but it just looks like some creepy looking Clifford looking monstrosity. It's just amazing.
It's awesome. So it's very cool. You can read these. I'm sure you can read these to your kids, but it's very cool that they've got this cute Cthulhu thing going on. It's like you couldn't. Cthulhu was like, if you ever put me in a children's book, and they were like,
he couldn't be more angry about this.
So you can
about that.
So you can win. Like I said, we have the Cthulhu bundle, and then we have the Mini Mythos bundle. That's from Atlas Games. You can check out a lot of their good rest of their great games at atlas-games.com. We've had a chance to play a bunch of their games, and we've reviewed a few of them. We actually reviewed 3 Cheers for Master, so a bunch of games that you can check out on there. Okay, next bundle. Again, the hits keep on coming. The next one is from Red Raven Games. They are giving us a bundle again, Red Raven bundle. It's going to include a copy of 8-Minute Empire's Legend and Artifacts Inc. Both excellent games. One thing about Red Raven Games, they design it, they do the artwork, they publish it, they do everything. They're one of those one-stop shop.
We don't need no publisher.
That's right. We just do it ourselves. Do it live. But I've had a chance to play Artifacts Inc. Excellent game. It's this great dice. You use dice to kind of like a worker placement dice, but it's set in 1929 New York, and it's like Indiana Jones. You're trying to go find all the lost artifacts of the world, and you go and you dive down into the ocean, but you can push your luck with diving into the ocean to get these great artifacts. But it's got this great artwork aesthetic. Again, it makes me feel like Indiana Jones. I'm like, why is it always snakes? So of course you can win a copy or win the Red Raven bundle. Again, just donate at least
$5. Come on, people. These are
children. That's and you can check out. They have lots of other great games. They have a game called Above and Below, which is a great game. RedRavenGames.com. So you can check out more of their stuff.
How many eyes does this Raven have?
It's not 3.
Okay,
close. Game of Thrones reference. That's why you're not getting it.
Oh, I was like, alrighty.
The next thing that we're going to be giving away is from a bundle. Again, I love that we're just doing bundles.
That's what I'm saying. There's
not individual games.
Each game, we'd have 100 prizes.
I know. Okay, we're going to give a bundle from Level 99 Games. They, again, participated in our holiday giveaway. They gave away the BattleCon. Remember the 2-player fighting game?
Oh, yeah.
This is
Bruce Lee?
Yeah, the Bruce Lee was one of the the fighters that you could pick. Yeah. They are actually giving us another 2-player game. It's a bundle. It's going to include, they have a series of games called Pixel Tactics, which is a 2-player.
Those look cool.
Yeah, you saw them
like
before.
the 8-bit.
Yeah.
8-bit artwork, and then you basically play 2-player, and they look like the old school like Final Fantasy 8-bit artwork. Very cool.
The box too, it looks like an NES cartridge too. It looks cool.
Very, very cool. So you're going to get a copy of Pixel Tactics 2 as well as Pixel Tactics 3. So you can you'll have both of those.
All of them.
Hey. Again, they have lots of great games. They just came out with a game called Millennium Blades. I was telling you about this at the Board Game Cafe. It is a game inside a game. It is the card collecting board game, the board game. So in the game, you are collecting cards.
So meta.
I know, it's awesome.
It's like a card for a playmat as an accessory, like all this stuff. It's like, wow.
And you go to tournaments and you like win for keeps and stuff like that. Very cool. They have lots of BattleCon's another great game. So you can check out all their great games. Level99games.com. Again, we want to thank them for, like I said, you can win the Level 99 Games bundle. The next one we are giving away is from Dr. Finn's Games. Dr. Finn's makes a game called Biblios that I absolutely love. Another great dice game. They make a dice version of it too. This is the thing. We just need to make a game and then make a dice version because they're always just both are awesome. But they're giving away a copy of The Institute of Magical Arts. This is yo wizard Ari. I'm a what? No, in this game it's a 2-player game where you're battling to essentially take control or oversee the Institute of Magical Arts. You'd be a good teacher, right, Jordan?
Oh, I'm the best teacher.
Didn't you teach? No, you were a soccer coach or something.
A ref.
You were a referee. Close enough.
They were like 7-year-olds.
Yeah, it must be a difficult job. Where's my cards? Red card. Get off the field.
It's like, hey, kid, stop hitting yourself in the head. Pay attention.
Great teacher.
Yeah.
Do you like in a lot of arguments with parents and stuff?
One guy did try to take advantage of it. He's like, that guy, he was being cool, and he's like, oh, that wasn't the right call, and then I found out it was against his kid. And I had to red card the parents.
Flag them.
They're way worse than the kids.
Of course.
The other game that they're giving away is Let Them Eat Shrimp. It is a tile placement game where you're trying to make up like with Finding Dory. We've got that going on. So you're trying to create schools of fish. It's a great family game.
To eat?
No, you're the fish. You're trying to voice the sharks. Fish are not friends in this game.
Oh, okay.
So again, that's Let Them Eat Shrimp, as well as the Institute for Magical Arts. That's the Dr. Finn's Games bundle. You can check out more of their great games, including the game that I mentioned before, Biblios, another great game, at drfins.com.
Cool.
Let's move on to the last one this week, because we've got even more that are going to happen next week.
There's so many.
It's so many.
Much free stuff.
So much free stuff. Okay, last one this week is going to be from Front Porch Entertainment. We got a copy sent to us to review. It was a Kickstarter. It's called Dirty Diction. So this is a adult game.
Nice.
You'll get a chance to play it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of has this charades, password kind of game, but it's of course adult themed. And they gave us, like I said, a chance to review it. So we'll take a look at it. We'll get you a review probably in the next week or two. But you can win a copy of that game, Dirty Diction, from Front Porch Entertainment. You can check out the game. It was successfully kickstarted, and now they actually have the final full copies, and you can order copies on their website, dirtydiction.com. We play. You guys like Cards Against Humanity, right? You enjoy those.
It's all right.
Games. Well, this one you got to do some acting. It's got slang and
I'm more of
idioms.
like a strategic game player, not like whatever they feel like is funny. I'm like, no.
I feel like, I
gotta get a couple
like
drinks in
Cards
ya.
of Humanity.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I hate the game because it's like apples to apples.
No, this one has. There's more strategy here.
Yeah, there's
apples
points.
To
and
apples
stuff.
is the worst.
Oh yeah, I don't enjoy apples to apples
There's
either.
zero.
Well, see, I think you'd be good at this because it has like slang and idioms, so you'd be good at like. You're good at those. You know all those things. Okay.
And it has like dirty stuff too.
Yeah. How do you spell the game?
Dirty Diction. D-I-C.
Not D-I-C-K-O. They miss an opportunity there. Come on, guys.
Opportunity, guys.
So again, we'll keep announcing more games in the next coming weeks. It's going to run. It's going on right now, so you can already. I know it's called June for St. Jude's, but it's going on in May. That's how crazy we are on the podcast. But you could donate to stjude.org/donate at least $5. Post it on your Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with hashtag SDSGiveAway. Or, of course, you can email it to us. The email is sitdownstandard@gmail.com. Couple things. You have to be a continental U.S. resident. That's one of the limitations, and it's one entry per person.
Sorry, Virgin Islands.
I like the way you apologize to sorry, France.
No, these are U.S. territories, David.
Oh, okay, you went with
You do not say sorry, France. This is America. We do not apologize to them, all right?
Oh, man.
So is Alaska considered intercontinental?
No, it's not continental U.S. Hawaii,
Not Alaska, not Hawaii, no Puerto Rico.
They're connected to the continent.
Puerto Rico can use some free games, honestly.
Jeez.
No?
There's a game called Puerto
Debt
Rico.
crisis, people. All right.
So yeah, you like I said, that's Jude for St. Jude's. You can if you watch, I'll put a link here in the show notes for the audio version and in the video description that shows all of the other prizes we're giving away. Seriously, it's probably at like 30 prizes at this point.
30.
So there's a really
At
good
least.
chance you're gonna win if you participate. So go donate some money to St. Jude's, guys. Do it. Do it now. Pause this.
Do it.
Pause this and then go do it and then come back.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.
All right.
Are we all flame on right now?
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Ba-da-da-da-da. Pa, cha-cha-cha.
Don't touch me, David.
Get excited, buddy. Get excited.
So tired.
Gerald, since you're about to fall asleep, what are you doing? What you doing, buddy?
A lot of work this week, David. A lot of boring work.
Well, you're not doing it now.
But I'm not going to talk about that because who cares? Got to get off my lawn here.
Oh, we're going to start with a get off my lawn. All right.
Get off my lawn. So all the major networks are launching their new spring TV shows.
We know how much you love TV.
Of course, 80% of them are garbage. Probably 90% because it's all major networks and they're all crap anyways. But there are some things I want to talk about here. Okay.
Get ready.
There are a few shows coming to major networks that are based off movies.
Yes.
The three that I have listed here are The Exorcist, Training Day, which
pair.
by the way is starring Bill Paxton as the Denzel Washington, which is a whole nother issue, kind of weird. A lot of people are saying
I like Bill Paxton.
whitewashing, you know. Anyway,
Yeah,
we don't need to go
probably.
there. Black Lives Matter. And Lethal Weapon is the third show. These are new shows coming to major networks that are obviously based off movies. I think this is stupid
Well,
because
most
these
of the time
movies were
there's-
great, which I think is the reason why they're putting them into TV shows. But why?
Yeah.
I don't see how you could do The Exorcist.
Dude, you got a Demon of the Week. It's
I know,
easily
but that
serialized.
It's just going to
so
jump.
boring.
The demon will jump from different people to different
That
people.
seems so.
So it'll
boring.
be one demon.
Do you guys like those movies like what are they called? Like The Exorcism of blah, blah, blah.
Emily
Fill in-
Rose.
No, I don't watch
fill in the
horror.
blank.
I think we talked about the horror thing.
Yeah,
I
you
don't watch horror.
you don't enjoy
Scary
scary.
Pants.
No, Lethal Weapon could work.
I definitely see
Weapon could
Lethal.
be fun.
Yeah, super
'cause
cool.
But I'm not a fan of like serialized television where it's just like it's the new bad guy of the week. So that maybe that's why I think all these are crap. But
You want like really long movie.
overarching-
You want like a really long.
He
movie.
Yeah.
wants True Detective, but you're not going to get that on CBS and ABC. That's just not the audience, buddy.
And mentioning there was a Rush Hour which was on I believe CBS that came out this past year already canceled.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, watch
I would have
trailer.
watched
It's
it.
terrible.
Ah,
No, it's bad.
Did you watch it?
no.
Oh.
Why would you even bother?
But I love the movies.
I
Rush
know,
Hour is
but
so
you
funny.
know they're just gonna botch it.
It's so great.
You can't replace that duo.
I know.
You know what I mean?
What is he up to? Chris Tucker.
I don't know, being fat. I don't know.
Corbin Dallas.
Man, go right for the fat.
He's a big guy now. Anyway, Minority Report was also another show which was on Fox.
Yes.
Canceled.
thing
So like
is,
these don't work out. Why do
I
people
think
keep
we
pushing
can,
them?
as we're like a smarter audience these days than we used to be, and we can see through the fact that you're just trying to sell a show that has nothing to do with these movies.
Just slap the
That's
name
what you
on.
think. They're going after the older people, which I'm not calling older people dumb. It's just they
kinda
prefer the serialized stuff. You know, they're not really looking at the big Netflix
It's
shows.
Tune in,
or-
tune out. I mean, that's really what it is. It's
Exactly. You
popcorn.
can tune in at any show. You don't have to watch the first episode to get the third episode.
I think Training Day could be good. The problem with a Training Day TV show is like it needs to be True Detective. That movie was dark.
Yeah, it was.
The movie was really dark. So like if they're gonna try to do like a buddy cop,
I just don't see how they could do it because like the whole
There's no buddy
premise,
cop to that
like,
movie.
No,
no, but
Opposite
right,
buddy cop.
no, exactly. You know what I mean though. Like
I mean, the only way I could see them doing it would be like, again, like a 12-hour movie, like a mini series, like a 12-hour version of the movie that
I don't
already
even-
existed, and that would kind of be way too long. And
I almost
suck.
see it as like
Right.
Shield. Like remember, but Shield was like the group of guys. They were all kind of corrupt.
oh, you're talking about yeah with the
Yeah, so
I can't
maybe
remember
this
his
is
name,
like
but he's
one
great.
corrupt cop, but he's stuck with the partner.
I just
who's
call
new.
him Ben Grimm because he
Like,
played
this is how it really works.
the
you know?
greatest. Remember he played the Thing in
Yeah.
the old Fantastic Four. He was like the perfect casting.
Michael Chiklis.
That's his name, Chickless.
So anyway, so those are some shows that I don't really. I mean, The Exorcist, one of like the best horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
Made to a television show.
Yeah,
It's
great.
just it kind of sucks to doing it. But I also have some. Or what movies do you think would work as good TV shows?
Well, I think,
Current. Well,
go
sorry.
ahead, go ahead.
Current ones I have here. Fargo. I listed. Fargo is an excellent TV show, but the Fargo show doesn't really have anything to do with the movie. You don't need to see the movie to get the show, and vice versa.
And I think that's what makes it successful.
Yeah, Jordan mentioned Star Wars, like they have Clone Wars, they have Rebels, but again, it's not like A New Hope, the TV show.
Right.
And then Stargate SG-1 is
what I
obviously amazing. Go watch SG-1.
We've
Forget
watched-
all the other crappy Stargates. SG-1 is the best one. And maybe the first like 4 or 5 seasons. You don't need to watch the rest.
We had a roommate in college that like forced us to watch it. James,
He was in love with it.
he would like hold your eyeballs open. He had a I think he went to some kind of con, and he got like a Stargate, like the jackets they wore.
Oh,
on
cool.
and it had like the patches. Like he paid a lot of money for that thing. He's like, and he'd wear it around the apartment, and I'd be like, "You're not cool, man." But it actually wasn't a bad show.
It isn't a horrible show.
That's what I was saying. I think usually
Before Richard Dean Anderson got really fat, watch all those episodes.
What is with you today and the whole fat thing, man? You
Blame
just-
the actors. I don't know. Listen, I'm a fat guy. I'm allowed to call
I
other
can
people
say
fat. You guys can't. It's our word. You guys
You
can't
own
say
it.
it. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
So the
Yeah, so what are some movies that you think would make the transition into TV?
Well, the prerequisite is that it has to already have a big universe, right? Because that makes it easier, right? That's why mostly these sci-fi movies or sci-fi stories are easier to translate to a TV show, because you can travel to a new planet or see a new species or encounter a new problem or
there's things that weren't developed completely that you can delve into from the movie.
Yeah, like the Star Wars shows. Yeah,
Right.
You're filling in the gaps with.
That's
TV.
why any of the superhero movies for me, you could make.
well, they're based off of comics.
Green
so.
Lantern show. I'd be happy to see that, even if it was the animated costume. I like that. So any of those superhero stuff. But I'll watch any superhero stuff. So it's kind of
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a movie that I would really like to see as a TV show.
See, my thing is like I really like movies, and if the movies are really good, they're good. Like leave them alone. Don't mess them up by turning them into other things.
Yeah, like when I think of sci-fi, I think of things like Blade Runner. That might be a cool TV show. You have this cyberpunk feel to it, hacking. It's like this old school, or even something like what was the Arnold movie with the 3 boobs? What's that? They remade
Total
it.
Recall.
Total Recall would make a cool show, but it falls into the same problems that Minority Report. And here's the problem: the TV show just has to be good. Who cares what it's called? It could be called hot garbage. If
And
it's an
it's
enjoyable,
probably not going to be on a major network. If it's gonna
right,
be
and
good.
that's why the sci-fi, if it goes to like Sci-Fi Channel, actually, as much as they kind of get that rap of like it's a Sci-Fi Channel, some of the graphics and stuff, but they look pretty good. I've watched a few of their shows and they're actually pretty good on there. So any kind of sci-fi show I think would do okay. It just, again, you have to have good actors, you have to have a good script,
you have to have production budget too.
Like
and
a Terminator, I think would be kind of cool. Like
they had a Terminator TV show.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Sarah
Parker. No, what's
Connor.
her name?
Sarah
Sarah
Connor.
Connor Chronicles.
Oh, really?
It was actually a really cool show too, by the way.
See, I'm
Got canceled.
genius.
We're just 6 years late.
I just think like major networks need to take gambles on original content. I just hate seeing the same stuff fleshed out. Nothing's original. It's kind of like movies. All you see are like sequels and reimaginings.
I don't think
and
that's
all
true
stuff,
though.
But
I think if we've done the View It, Cue It, Screw It a couple times, and there's a lot of original programming. It's just it kind of is. It's either I don't know. It's really hard to fight against all of the good shows that are out there now. Like people like their shows, their established shows, and that's why you have CSI and these shows going on for like 20 seasons.
Or like 14
By the way,
CSIs.
Yeah.
the last CSI that is on currently is the cyber one. Canceled. CSI is now no longer on.
Oh
TV.
wow. Well then there's a big void to fill.
Yeah.
I think there's almost too much now, and they're not all great, but they're like decent, and people watch
There's
them.
the Hawaii Five-0, there's NCIS, there's all those just bad crime shows.
I think those are
just
okay. They're not
but-
terrible.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're
They're
not
just okay.
awful.
Yeah.
It's just fine, but people watch them, so then it's just like they just want ratings, and it's hard. You split it up over so many different channels, so many
cut the
different.
pie up a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, and so then when a good show does finally make it, then it's just like it's hard for them to capture that audience, and so then they just get canceled after 2 seasons or something.
And speaking of that, Muppets was canceled. I don't know if you guys heard.
Yeah, I heard about that. Muppets got canceled.
Yeah, kind of sad. And that's kind of one of those things where, like, TV nowadays, as you were saying, like, you got to get people in on the first
Yeah, you
or
can't
second
mess around.
episode.
Yeah.
And it was, unfortunately, some people will agree, including my wife. But the first half of the season wasn't that great. The writing was all right. It wasn't that funny. And it really picked up when they got new showrunners at the middle of the season.
Too late.
But it's too late at that point. People lose interest. The ratings are so low, and they'll never recuperate. Unless it gets really good word of mouth, which almost never happens with major networks.
Well, sometimes that's not true. I just got done watching. I just finished Firefly, and I finished Serenity, which was the movie based off of that. Watching the movie now, I'm like, I don't think they could bring the show back. You know what I mean? Like they could just do like a retcon and just be like, the movie never happened. But that show was good. I don't know why. Sometimes things don't catch on, and then it does get word of mouth. Like The Matrix is a good example. That movie didn't do like amazing in the box office, but picked up word of mouth, and now is.
Speaking of
that could be a good
TV show.
TV show. Actually.
Speaking of TV shows where the movie didn't matter, segue.
There you
Prison
go.
Break's coming back.
Yes.
There was a Prison Break movie, and I think it killed Schofield, right? in
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty
movie?
sure.
So they're
watch
pretending
that.
that never happened, but I don't know if you guys saw the trailer.
I saw it. Yeah.
It looks like Prison Break.
He's
which
back
is
in a
fine.
prison. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's still got his tattoos.
my sister's a big fan of the show, so is my wife. And I was at lunch with my sister, and she's like, "He's back in a prison." He's like, "That boy cannot stay out of trouble." I was like, "He's got the tattoos. He's got to find somewhere to match it up."
Who's he breaking out?
It's like some Middle Eastern prison, so it's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, there's like a big thing with that. But here's the thing. Those characters are fun and enjoyable. Michael Schofield, the guy who plays him, Wentworth Miller's great.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's on Legends of
Him and his brother.
Tomorrow or-
And
Yeah,
they play
Legends of
brothers
Tomorrow.
in Legends of Tomorrow.
So they're good actors and they have good chemistry. Clearly, like someone was like, you know who you'd be good with? The guy you were with on the other show.
But
Like,
it's the brother with the meathead brother saving Schofield
Lincoln.
this time.
Lincoln is
Yeah,
saving Michael, yeah.
Oh, really? Was he getting the tattoos?
He shows up, he says, I went a lot further than you went for me, buddy. He's like, I just killed the guards and walked in. He's like, I tattooed my whole body.
But there are other TV shows that are now coming back to TV. We got 24's coming back.
24 was good.
No
That's
Kiefer Sutherland though. It's
Jack Bauer.
It's the one of the black guys from what's the NWA movie?
yeah, Straight
Ice
Outta
Cube's
Compton.
son.
No, I don't think it's him. It's one of the other guys. Anyway, so they're bringing back 24 for that. MacGyver's coming back. The guy who plays MacGyver is Havoc from the new X-Men movies. The one with
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
good.
He's got like super long hair. It doesn't have the mullet though.
See, what's
and that's cheating. You have to have the mullet.
That's right. Business in the front, party in the back.
I hope
hope
Richard Dean
that-
Anderson does a cameo.
That's what
That'd
I was
be
gonna
awesome.
say.
He has
I
to.
hope he like teaches him stuff. He's
He'll be the
Right.
trainer.
He's like, hey, you got a paperclip.
But like in the trailer, we should watch it. But in the trailer, it has him like all the ridiculous stuff. Like he creates a bow and arrow thing out of like a PVC pipe, and it explodes at the end. Like ridiculous stuff. It's dumb, but it looks cool. And
See,
then
but real quick though, like MacGyver, like do people still like know MacGyver? Like the general audience? I mean,
I think that's the thing. Like they're cashing in on the nostalgia. Like, oh, remember that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna
but
tune in.
MacGyver
you
was
do.
even like the tail end of our like nostalgia.
No, but if
like,
when I'll fix something at work, like with like a paperclip,
Everyone says,
and
"That's true."
everybody's like, I'll be MacGyver over here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is just like you can do
It's
something
true.
with nothing. You're MacGyver.
MacGyver, if it's just like something physical, but if it's computers, you're Doogie Howser. When are they gonna bring that back?
Hopefully never. The last show that I have to talk about,
That
they're bringing
premise
back.
was so stupid.
They're bringing back Star Trek. Finally confirmed.
Yeah,
Is it going to be a Deep Space Nine kind of thing?
I don't
Or is
know.
it gonna
They-
be
it's
it's got to stand on its own, right?
No real details. It's gonna have new characters, new heroes, all
That's
that kind of
fine.
stuff. So we don't
I just
know.
don't know if it's a
but
space station or like based on them being like in
I
the
hope it's not like Deep Space
Enterprise.
Nine. Deep Space Nine was like
like
not
Deep
great.
Space Nine.
Next Generation. all the
Whatever.
way.
Yeah, Next Generation, Jean-Luc Picard.
But Voyager wasn't terrible either.
No, but I think, I'll be interested if there's, because we'll talk about another show that has some crossover stuff, but I hope that they actually cross over. Obviously, they wouldn't have the characters, but it's in the same universe.
Yeah, with the movies, yeah. I wonder if there's gonna be like, oh, those Enterprise guys got their ship blown up again. You hear that?
Yeah.
And a trailer for Star Trek Beyond comes out.
Exactly.
But
I'm
yeah,
excited.
I think,
I'm excited. I like Star Trek. I like sci-fi shows. I enjoy those. They're kind of like popcorn, easy watching.
Yeah.
They're simple, paint by numbers, but they're fun.
I want to say this is gonna be on CBS too. So
They always have cool, like, why do you hate CBS? We're never
all
going
the
to get a
shows are
radio
terrible,
show
I'm
with
sorry.
CBS, man.
name one good show on CBS right now.
I don't watch.
Exactly.
Super Bowl.
That's true.
Done.
NFL.
Super Bowl wins.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Are you allowed to like Star Trek, Gerald?
I think I can.
I don't know.
I mean,
As
I'm
a
not.
Star
I
Wars
wouldn't call
fan,
myself a
Your
Trekkie.
shirt
I don't know.
says otherwise.
That's true. I don't know the canon of all the stuff. I just enjoyed watching the Next Generation. I haven't seen every
Listen,
episode.
J.J.
I'm just
Abrams
checking.
fixed this war. He solved it. He directed both movies. He bridged the gap.
But yeah, I think that's all I got on my stuff. Get off my lawn. Crappy TV. Jordan, what
You didn't.
doing?
Wait. You're not going to talk about what we did today. We were talking about all throughout the intro. You big jerk.
That's true.
I've been trying to segue
we checked
you.
out the first board game cafe in the Valley,
In
Las Vegas Valley.
Yep.
Called Meepleville. It's on
Meepleville.
Sahara and Decatur by TJ Maxx. You Vegas listeners, go check it out. It's really cool. It's a huge space. They have a storefront as well, and then they have a big room in the back and a couple little smaller rooms to play board games with your friends.
They have a ton of games. Like
They have over 1,200 games. What Daryl told me.
Yeah, they put me to shame. I'll catch up one day.
And you can open up your own cafe.
But we saw a game that you hadn't seen since you were a kid. It was Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the USA is Carmen Sandiego? Unfortunately, we couldn't play it. It's on the private collection.
Hey.
But maybe we'll ask next time to play. But I had that board game as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember loving that game. It's probably terrible.
It probably is, but it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
We played. They have a couple physical games or like dexterity type games. There's this one game called Spinball. Super cool. We played that. That was a lot of fun. They had like a catapult game.
Just build something out of wood, and then your friends. I don't know. We didn't really play it.
We were just moving all around. We played a bunch of the games that we're giving away.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Nod,
But
nod.
yeah, it's a really great place. If you're in Vegas, check it out. It's $5 to play all day.
All day.
And then you can also get a monthly pass for $30, and you can go in as many times as you want all throughout the month, and you get 2 free guest passes for your friends.
They have food that's actually relatively affordable. Like sometimes you go to when it's called a captive audience. You know what I mean? Like you go to the mall and like a slice of pizza is like $14, and you're like, really? You want me to
be hungry eventually?
Yeah, exactly. But no, the food and drinks there, and they're actually planning on.
In July, they're going to start construction and building a beer and wine bar, which
Check.
I mean,
And
done,
then I'll be
right?
there. I'll
And
see you in June.
And the guy told me they're thinking about expanding into the next suite over, if their landlord lets them, to build out into like a lounge area for more party games. Right now they have like a private room
Yeah,
where you can
it's
shut the
private.
door and get loud and play werewolf and swear at your friends and stuff like that. You know how we normally play our games.
Yeah, exactly. Werewolf.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Werewolf.
Anyways, Wolf.
But yeah, so opening a lounge area would be cool, and then they're adding a couple more bathrooms, because I guess that's highly requested. One bathroom for a bunch of nerds is not a good idea.
Yeah, and I showed up a little late, and Gerald was there early, and like the staff is super friendly. They like immediately like, hey, when's your friend coming? He's like, oh, he'll be here. And he's like, you want to play a game while you're waiting? Like, I'll play a game with you. Like, it's super friendly.
Granted, they weren't so busy, but like he just jumped up and you just I'll teach you how to play a game, and I was like, yeah, sure,
Great
and
job.
I know,
Right?
Right? Your
I know.
job is like, oh, a stranger comes in. You're like, wait, want to play a game?
Right.
I'm paid by the hour. Like, sounds good, right?
So, and then hopefully, little tease here, we should hopefully be able to do a live show from there here shortly. So I'm excited for that.
Oh, that'd be
Great.
cool.
Yeah, Gerald's worried. He's not that great.
I'm gonna just face you on it. I don't do well in front of eyes and people.
You're just supposed to imagine them all wearing no pants.
No, thank you. Not that crowd.
Aww,
Burn.
sick burn.
Burn, nerd.
Yeah, but everyone in Vegas, go check it out. If you want to go, I don't know, hit us up. Maybe we could do like a community. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll put together something. For
Yeah,
sure.
but yeah, check it out. Tell them Sit Down Standard sent you.
Yeah, Meepleville
I don't know.
Cafe.
You're not going to give you anything. We'll just say, hey, Sit Down Standard sent me.
Maybe one day, if enough people do that,
Yeah,
then they will get
Instead of
it.
$5, it's $4.75.
Yeah,
I know, it's so cheap. How could you ask for a discount?
Right?
Like, come on, bro.
I know when
I got $3 on me. Can I play it through it at 2 hours?
Split that up in an hour. 50 cents an hour. Come on.
All right, you gonna toss it to him?
Yeah, Jordan.
Last time
what you
yelled
doing?
at him. He's scared now.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah.
Because he's not talking.
What?
He's angry at CBS and he's just fiery red.
So terrible, their shows.
So, I got through half of Deadpool.
Yeah, I said in my Plex for you, and that was funny. You're like, well, I got through the opening credits.
I got through the opening credits, and then there was a screaming baby, and then I had to stop the movie.
Well, the movie's longer than the opening. You're not halfway
But,
through.
No, I went back to
I know.
and I went and I got through halfway through.
So?
It is, yeah, no, it's
Half
really,
is it
great,
half a
right?
thumbs up?
yeah, no, it's a great movie. It's really cool.
Just the opening credits, right? It's like, okay, this is what kind of
Yeah,
movie
it
this
was
is.
funny.
Set the tone perfectly.
Yeah, just like
Asshat director.
right.
It's great,
I don't
yeah.
think it puts anybody's names up at all. It
No,
just
that's
says,
the
like,
craziest part. Is like,
angry teenager.
yeah. How far did you
Beautiful
get?
actor or something.
I didn't get to where she uses a power yet, but the Colossus, it's kind of hard to tell where you're at because the way the movie's
Flashbacks
like,
and stuff.
Yeah, that's
'cause
true.
it's like all this bridge scene, but then with a bunch of flashbacks.
But he has a suit, right? He's
It's okay.
Deadpool at this point that you're watching, or no?
I mean, he starts as Deadpool.
In the flashbacks. I guess.
right,
No,
right.
I think
How he
no.
became Deadpool.
I think he was becoming Deadpool. Like he was getting beat up in that military place or whatever.
That scene's great.
Say my name.
So
That is
that's
so
about
good.
where I left it. But yeah, I had to stop eventually. But no, it's a really, really good movie. I was glad. I was like, at least I got a taste of it so far. It's really funny. Like I don't. He just like when he's kicking Colossus and punching.
Breaks his
He
hand.
breaks his arm. And he's like, "Oh, come on!" It was like the scene from Holy Grail, where he's like,
Black Knight,
I'll
yeah.
bleed on you."
Exactly.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, it was like that scene with Deadpool. It was just, it's been a really great movie. I'm glad I get to drag it out. I just don't want to finish it too early. you
Yeah,
know?
let it savor it.
I'm gonna savor it.
Yeah, it is a fantastic movie. I need to go back and rewatch it because
I rewatched it like last week. It's
like they did an
just so
honest
good.
like he does such a good they did an honest trailer for it, which is a YouTube channel. They make fun of the trailers and stuff like that, and the movie voice guy. And then Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds
Ryan
came
Reynolds.
onto it. It's great. He's like, you can't do the honest trailer for your own movie. He's like, yes, I can. I'm Deadpool. Like it's just so good. It's so good. I can't wait for the second one, and hopefully, it's going to be a bigger budgeted movie, so they'll probably have more action
Hopefully they
stuff.
don't screw it up with stupid people.
I think
I
Ryan
don't think they
Reynolds.
will. I mean, this was a gamble by itself, and the gamble worked out. So hopefully
Yeah, but
they
when you
know
put more
what works.
money into something, then they're going to be like, "Well, you got."
Well, as long as the
this,
studio's
you gotta
like,
do that.
okay, we're hands off like we were on the first one. Here's just more money. Make it better. But we'll be more
Yeah,
hands
that's
off.
what
I think
happens
he'll have a
all
lot
the
of
time.
clout just because he's like, this was my idea, and you guys all thought it was stupid. Well,
Yeah.
guess what?
Right.
Enjoy
I just
that
hope
paycheck.
Deadpool ends up doing more with the other movies too, with the X-Men and the other Fox properties.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Stay till after the credits, by the way. There is an end credit stinger.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Very
gonna
good.
have to-
Oh,
once I
tease
get to the credits, I'll keep watching. What else have I been doing? So I played the Dodgy Ball People.
First of all, you're number one in the world.
Dodgy
We're number
Guns.
one in the world on the easy setting.
Oh, on the easy setting. Oh, that is so much less impressive than it was. You sent a picture. I'm like, dude, you're number one in the
I was
world. That's
number one in
awesome.
the world.
Dodgy Gods, right?
No, Dodgy Gods. I'm number 14.
Oh,
No,
Oh, just in the new game, you're
in
number
the
one?
new game. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Dodgy
No,
God.
no.
Okay, gotcha.
It was in the new game because it
Even
had only
less
been out
impressive.
for like a day. So it was
Wow.
like me versus like 12 other people.
The
But I
developers?
dwarfed them.
on easy
I
mode.
dwarfed them on easy mode. I had like the next closest was like 6,000. I had like 9,000.
Take that, 8-year-olds.
you should have stopped it. I was
Somebody
number
else-
one in the world. You keep like cutting it against you more and more. You're like, it was not easy.
I doubt I'm number one anymore. It's been out for like a week now.
What
Doesn't
kind
matter.
of what
You
kind of
knew
game
you
is
could
it?
do
Oh, it's
it.
called Digit Smash. It's basically just a simple matching game. You're just it's
Like a match 3 or
no, just okay. There's it's like memory, but it's not. But like there's cards like in a grid.
Yep.
And they're all ones, and they're 3 different colors. There's red, blue, and green. And you just got to match. You hit a one that's a red, and then you go hit another one that's a red.
On the free got it gets timed.
And then it's timed, and you have to. So the easy setting is you get 3 seconds per match, then 2 seconds, then 1 second.
Ah, okay.
The 1 second per match is crazy. It's so hard.
We know how quick your reaction time
Right,
is.
my reaction not so good. I'm like 1-1. But anyway, so you match them, and when it makes a match, the card that you finished matching turns into a 2. And then you got to match a 2 and a 2, and it turns into a star. Then you match 2 stars, turns
Got
into
it.
a double
Okay,
star.
I get it.
And then there's like bonus at the end. You become makes a bomb or like a clock, and like you get the bomb just blows a bunch up. You get a bunch of points.
Nice.
The clock like slows the time or stops time.
So you have like little special abilities. And
yeah,
stuff.
but you
Okay.
gotta like add them up and stuff. So it's pretty fun. I played it for a little while, enough to get to 9,000.
number one in the world.
Over 9,000. Over 9,000. I saw a shirt that said that the other day. I was like, I gotta get that shit. Power level over 9,000. I love Vegeta. You guys need to watch Dragon Ball.
I
do.
do need to
What's
watch
wrong
it.
with you people?
They had the
It's a
voice. They had the
great
guy who
show
does that
ever.
voice at some con, and like people kept like stopping him and like say this, and he's like, and he'll say whatever he wanted to say in that voice. Like, I'd like a side of fries.
It's the greatest show. We should just watch. I have it all. We should just
It's not.
watch
It's
it
not
all.
so much if we can. It's more will we.
No, I'm good.
It's the greatest. It's gotta
All
be
right.
one of my top shows ever. Anyways, so yeah, playing Digit Smash, Dodgy Gods. Who are the people that make those?
Dollar Beach.
Dollar Beach. It's good. There's good stuff.
Yeah, they got
Penny something is like.
I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the
they're
video.
like the
Free app,
overhauls
or
of
did you
Dollar
pay?
Beach. No, I don't pay for nothing.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, but they got the ads in it, so you know.
Yeah, I pay with my eyes.
You don't look away. You're like, here you go, developer.
I'm like, wink,
I'm watching
wink.
the ad.
This is a good game. I'm gonna watch it.
I don't know why they don't do like good movie trailers and stuff like that in the ads. Why is it always like?
'Cause I don't want to see a 2-minute trailer in between each game.
Yeah, make it a snap.
Trailers
on,
are gone,
15
or long.
seconds.
Oh, like a TV spot or something like
Yeah,
that.
something I don't know. It's
Yeah.
always like the same other games that you can.
Well, I think that's the whole point. If
I don't
you're
know, I'd
playing
rather
this
pay
game,
$1 and just not have ads at all.
Not
When you're
Jordan.
rich like you,
Yeah.
you can afford $1.
Yeah.
I'd much rather. Plus, like, I found out that if you just change your app that you're looking at and then go back,
Yeah,
don't
you
have to
cheat
watch the whole video.
The developer could be watching.
They're gonna give away the secret of how you cheat the system.
But yeah, so that's pretty much all I've been doing. David, what you doing?
A lot of stuff. One, of course, I went to Meepleville Cafe today, so we'll catch up on that. But I love that place. It's awesome. I forgot that I thought it was 10. We went to the one in California, Game House, and it's 10. So when you told me it was 5, I was like, oh, it's like, did it go down? And he's like, no, we've always been. I was just like, so affordable. All day. Literally, you can go there at noon and stay till like midnight. It's like $5. It's way cheap. What we're talking about, $8.95 for a movie ticket. Like, this is way better. So of course we played a bunch of games. I love board games. I know you guys know that. That goes without saying.
Gasp.
Speaking of board games, though, I did a segment for Board Game Blender, which is on the Dice Tower. Board Game Blender is done by Z Garcia. He is one of the people that works on the Dice Tower, which is like they're like the board game YouTube channel. They're the guys. But they have this.
Some of the board games we saw there were like Dice Tower approved, so it's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, no, they're big time. And they do this segment or this video segment every 2 weeks called Board Game Blender, where they ask a bunch of contributors to, basically they have a theme. Like this week's theme was just for kids. So it's games that are great for kids, but adults play anyways. So the one that I talked about was Dr. Eureka, which you guys got a chance to play last week. Excellent game. But it's awesome. It's really cool to be like, it's surreal actually. Cause I watch that all the time. You know what I mean? And now it's like,
It's you, David.
That's crazy.
I watched it just to see you, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
I kept clipping through other people. I'm like, okay, fast forward.
Like when I went into Meepleville today, the guy was like, I was like, oh yeah, where you do a podcast, whatever. And he's like, yeah, you look familiar. He's like, sit down. So I'm like, sit down standard. He's like, oh yeah. Like you look really familiar. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Stars in my eyes. I was like,
well, see, I was gonna not talk about this, but I was trying to be a cool kid. But I was like refreshing on Thursday because it comes out on Thursday like every 10 minutes. Like, did it come out? Did it come out? Set the notification. Did it come out? Maybe the notification didn't come through and maybe it's still there. So I'm like checking it. I'm checking the view count. Like, it's just so cool. It's just so cool. And there's a ton of cool segments that they do on there. And like, I tweeted out something and like the other contributors liked it. I was like, oh my God. I'm like,
you're part of the community.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's awesome. Huge fun. I know. I'm
blushing, David.
You
You're
know,
blushing.
you know when you like meet someone like famous and you're like, I'm going to be cool. And then you like turn into a puddle. That's how I am. I'm not even going to play it off. So that's one thing I was doing. I also caught up on a bunch of TV. Watched a bunch of TV this week.
Did you check out The Affair yet?
No.
You jerk.
Okay. Well, I did finish Daredevil season 2 on Netflix.
It is about time. How
yes.
could you let that
I know.
last so
I don't
long?
know. Here's the thing. The show starts off with a bang. No pun intended. Bang.
No, the first like 4 episodes
Are
phenomenal.
insane. And then it has this kind of like, okay, we have to. They introduce, the Punisher is in it. We've already talked about Elektra's in it. Stick, who was in the season 1, is in it. And then they've got Foggy and
Stick?
He was
Stick's the old guy.
the guy that trained him. So all these characters are in there, and they have to kind of. And they talked about the Hand a little bit. He fought Nobu, who was the ninja in the first season. So they kind of have to figure out a way to make all of this work, which is a difficult thing to do. You know what I mean? That's why like Josh Whedon and those guys that do the Avengers movie, like God bless you, because it's hard to fit all of these incoherent parts together to make a well-crafted story. So in the middle of it, it seems like there is a moment in the show that takes this kind of dip in it because it's like, okay, we have to give some exposition to these other characters that don't have superpowers to kind of give them a reason for what their arc is going to be at the end of this season. I will say that the girl, the actress that plays, I forget her first name, Paige is her last name. God, I can't remember her first
Elektra?
name. No.
The girlfriend.
Well, she'd be kind of a girlfriend, kind of
blonde,
a.
right?
She's the
blonde.
over actress.
She does overact, but she's consistent in it, so it almost feels like.
Like she's the dramatic friend.
She's just
you know?
emotional,
No,
man.
no,
Hey, how you doing?
No, it's weird. Actually, because I start to pick it up when you brought it up, and I'm like, she kind of does. But then there's times where like she's just being like she's seen some crazy stuff in the show, and she's still like she sees somebody get killed, and she's just like, oh my God. I'm like, you've seen like 40 guys get bludgeoned to death, like
In a hospital,
Yeah, it's
everyone
like-
dying, and then
But
I find it funny in the shows whenever like they're like if you have a name and you die, it's a big deal. But there's all these side people that are just being thrown
Get
off
gunned
buildings
down
and like
stuff.
yeah, or just like falling downstairs. Like necks were broken. Like there's no way everybody survived.
the show, though, the show is brutal. That show's more brutal than Jessica Jones, which I didn't think they were going to go there. There's some, like, when here's an example in TV shows. Gun pointed at somebody, turn the camera, hear the gun, blood splatters behind the character that's shooting them. They show it. Like, they show point blank shots in this movie.
You said the whole beginning scene where he's gunning down the Irish gangsters or whatever. It's
yeah. It's super brutal.
Awesome.
But they do some awesome fan service at the end of this. There's like the last 2 episodes of this are amazing. There's a fight scene. There's 2 fight scenes in particular in this where it's just like an army versus Daredevil, and it's just
so much TV.
It's so cool. The way that they show his abilities. They kind of do this like effect of like everything's foggy except near his face, and then like certain things kind of come into focus and come out of focus because you're like, you feel his, like, they do a good job of doing indicating to you his ability to pick up on things. The other thing that I noticed is that Daredevil, whoever's playing him, does a good job of being a fake blind guy. Every time he's trying to be
looking off camera.
No, just not even that. Like even when he's playing like the character, he always like, when he has the stick, like he can see everything, right? Like through everything.
Oh, yeah.
He moves the stick around no matter what scene he's in. Like the continuity is perfect in this movie. Like he always looks like he's blind
you're like
in the show.
An actor faking to be a blind guy who's faking to be completely blind. So it's like, it makes it a little easier because like even if he screwed up, it's like he could sense that.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean?
guess that's
like,
true.
But even when he has the suit on, where he has sight, quote unquote.
Yeah, he does.
He still does like the look thing.
He looks to his left
like a
and
blind
looks
person,
down,
yeah.
and then it was kind of funny because you get more shots this season of like because he has his suit on the whole season. It's kind of weird because he has like combat boots on, which is just kind of weird to see like a superhero in like boots, like regular boots, because he doesn't have like a superhero outfit, you know what I mean? So it's like Doc Martens. It's just weird to see him like kicking the crap out of people with Doc Martens on, because you see like the laces and like they're laced up like combat boots. It's just weird. But the show's fantastic. It did, for me, I didn't enjoy the way it ended. I'm not a huge fan of it. They leave it open, but I just didn't enjoy the way that they kind of ended it. It's a.
What part did you not like? I mean, it's not like we're spoiling it.
Well, he hasn't watched it. All I'm gonna say is the transition of how the arc of Punisher. I didn't enjoy the ending of his.
I think he's getting his own show.
No,
I like how he stepped in at the end.
Well, spoiler. Well, that's kind of obvious. Yeah,
alert.
that's obvious. Yeah, but it's I just didn't enjoy the beginning of his was so good. I think it kind of fizzled out at the end.
It definitely fizzled out, but it was almost
it's a Daredevil
like
show though, so I get it. Like
it was like they ended the first 4 episodes were Punisher episodes, then the next 4 were like Elektra,
and then the last 4
were really just Daredevil, and then
the interactions a little bit. Yeah,
the thing I didn't like is just I don't like the ninjas. I
just
think
hand.
it's stupid.
Well, it's an easy bad guy.
I know.
We talk about
we see some
time.
supernatural stuff.
Yeah, you do see some. Yeah.
They just they need to have a million guys that you can see fight. But I'd so much rather watch him fight the bikers and fight like the real people than fight these like ninjas who can not make a sound marching downstairs.
Yeah, and they cover up their heartbeat and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's kind of ridiculous.
It goes a little.
Yeah, they go into the supernatural stuff. It's cool though that there's a lot of little Easter eggs throughout this entire show. They make references obviously to the other shows, Jessica Jones. They make reference the attorney that's in Jessica Jones is in this. She makes a small cameo. What's her name from Trinity?
Trinity, yeah.
Carrie Ann Moss. Is that her name?
Oh, really? She's in this?
She's in Jessica Jones, so she plays a high-powered attorney. So she's in it, and it's just it's well acted, just like every Netflix show. The settings are so fantastic. I don't know how they get these shots in New York.
It's called money, man.
I know, but it's so good. So yeah, go watch it. I think it's 13 episodes, which was kind of a lot. I thought it was
most of the Netflix shows.
That was the same as last.
Was it? I thought it was 12 last season.
Netflix staples.
You don't ever finish on 13. That's a bad luck, right? I mean,
but all their shows, House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, all 13.
So I watched that. The other show that I caught up on, I've been catching up on because it's on after Game of Thrones, is Silicon Valley. It's a comedy made by Mike Judd, who made Office Space, famous for that.
Is Mike Judd Davis and Butthead?
Judge?
Yeah. I think it's Mike Judge. Yeah.
Why are they bringing that back?
They did. They did bring it back, and it was terrible.
Well, yeah.
Nobody watches music videos anymore, buddy.
I'm just saying that movie was great.
Oh, Do America or whatever.
Yeah.
That wasn't a great.
Yeah.
You know what it is? That show fits. I think it's not far enough now. It's not edgy enough.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like that
Right.
kind of stuff's not
It was
like
just
cool.
butt humor and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. When we were kids, that was like, you're not supposed to watch
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? Now it's just like, oh, we talk about that stuff all
Yeah,
the
like
time.
5-year-olds are like saying things I've never heard. Like, what's wrong with you children?
Exactly. So Silicon Valley, it's a comedy show on it's on HBO, and it has some of the best like awkward acting. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like
Perfect. It fits like the Silicon Valley. Obviously, I'm not from Silicon Valley, so maybe I'm typecasting here, but I am a nerd. And I definitely see like these kind of nerdy characteristics that some of these characters have, like the programmer that doesn't know how to, he's like so antisocial and all that stuff. And then you have the Guilfoyle, who's like a dick programmer. I
Yeah.
know somebody exactly like that. So you did it wrong. You know, I know someone exactly like that. And their kind of personalities fit them. And it's just, and the main guy, Tom Middleditch is like perfect as the awkward. Like there's a part in the last episode where he has this dramatic speech and he slips and hits his head on the desk.
Yeah,
and
so
it's like perfect.
Yeah, he's like giving like this, basically an ultimatum to his CEO boss. And he's like, you need me. And if you don't give me what I want, you're not going to be able to do what you want. And like, screw you. And he has this epic, like, you know, like speech, like in the
And
movie.
he never does because he's always like introverted, antisocial guy.
And he comes up onto the table, he puts his hands on the table to be dramatic, and then he's touching two pieces of paper, and his hands slide out of the way, and he just smacks his face. And they're like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "That was pretty awesome, but the last part didn't work out so well." And he's like bleeding from his nose. Amazing acting. It's so funny, and it feels.
Did you catch up? Like you watched all of them?
Yeah, I'm caught up on the
This-
most recent one. Yeah, that's so funny. All of that stuff is hilarious.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you're watching the video version, you know what I'm talking about. But they make the whole idea is it's these guys that worked at a company called Hooli, which is essentially kind of the Google.
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook, Google-ish
Facebook,
type
yeah.
thing. It's this big conglomerate with the CEO who like thinks he's, you know, God's gift to the earth, you know, Zuckerberg style. And they work for him, and he's developing this essentially program that has the ability to compress things in a very efficient manner. Eventually, he takes that program. He essentially gets fired, sort of, and this program he takes to like one of those tech conventions, like
TechCrunch.
TechCrunch.
Is what it's called, yeah.
Is that actually a thing?
I think it is.
So they take it to this TechCrunch, which is like an indie developer thing, and they find out like it's like this crazy algorithm.
Like startups compete their products.
Yeah.
They create a startup called Pied Piper, which is their algorithm, inside out algorithm. And yeah, inside out, that's where the idea came from.
Never mind. So anyways, they develop this, and then Hooli, there's like the first season's all about them kind of learning how to get to TechCrunch and get this platform up and running. Second season talks about they get into some legal battles. So it's very meta in the world of...
Doors go like this. Doors go like this.
Yeah, he's talking... There's the guy that...
3 commas.
He keeps talking about him. He comes to him, he's like... One of the investors in his company who's trying to do the startup, he's like this super rich jerk. And he's like, this is called 3 comma wine. He's like, what is that? He's like, 'cause, you know, 3 commas, I'm worth $1 billion. And it's just like, and then he comes to him, he's like, I'm poor, I lost all my money. And he's like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm only 2 commas now. Well, I can't afford anything.
Yeah, he was driving, and I forgot what car he was driving first, but then he comes back in a McLaren, I think 650, and
Yeah.
the doors are normal. He's like, I don't want doors to go like this. I want doors to go like this.
So
3 comma doors.
it's very Mike Judge, and it's very, very funny. If you get a chance to check it out, just if you're watching Game of Thrones, just stay in the chair because it's on right after it.
Yeah.
It's really good. But I have HBO now, so you just burn through that stuff super easy.
Half hour. So.
Yeah, it's a half-hour show too. It's just, remember we talk about, I always have that comedy show that kind of fits that window of like, I watch it every week like Community used to be in, and then they ended it. This is that new.
Yeah, Game of Thrones Silicon Valley is my Sunday schedule. Pretty much.
So good.
But that inside out thing, you know,
The Inside Out algorithm, yeah.
that is one of the funniest scenes I've seen
Oh,
on
my
television
God.
in since probably Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I haven't laughed that hard at a scene on television. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. I'll show it to you afterwards.
There's like for instance, one of the things, not to jump back onto the show, but they're trying to pitch their algorithm, and so they have to go to these companies to try to pitch their algorithm to get them to invest in the company. And one of them that they go to is a porn company, right? Because that makes sense, right? Compressing a lot of
videos,
it.
so it's
And so
really
they
quick,
show this clip of like a convention of a bunch of porn websites trying to pitch their products, and they have like little, placards of all the different names of all of the websites. And you can imagine some of the ones that they made up just as like a joke. I probably couldn't. I laughed so hard. And like they're up there like, and they're all in suits, like, they're businessmen and businesswomen trying to sell it's hilarious. Like they make so much fun of that industry and what goes on in that. And like, there's like this one startup company that's trying to put mustaches on people. That's all they do. Like, you take a photo of yourself, we'll put a mustache on it. It's a brilliant idea. It'll make $1 billion. It's great. It talks about the whole bubble of like, the .com bubble stuff.
TJ Miller, who's from Deadpool, the funny guy in Deadpool.
Yeah, the bartender.
He runs his own incubator.
Yeah, to like
just his house because he used to have a startup and he sold it, so now he has all this money, quote unquote. So he has a startup incubator in his house.
So you live with him and you make your startup there, and then he gets 10%, and you can like basically.
But he always thinks he's the smart guy. Of
yeah,
everything,
he's the Steve
we
Jobs.
just smoke weed all day. It's hilarious.
It's a great show. You need to watch it. It's really, really good. So that's what I was doing. Anything else you got lined up, or are we going to wrap it up here?
Oh, well, the one thing we were going to talk about was the
Google. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah,
Google I/O is this week. Google I/O 2016.
So do they do that? They do that every year.
Yep,
Since the 2016 part, right?
It's their thing where they showcase all the new stuff that's coming to all their products. So you get Android, you get obviously Google Search, and you get some new stuff. A lot of new stuff this year.
So they announced though that the Google, because Google's been pushing hard into AI, because
yes, they have.
What did you say? Google
SkyNet.
Google SkyNet. No, it's definitely here. It's happening.
So okay,
just get ready. Strap in.
For it, yeah.
Strap in.
they're like trying to convince people. They're like, oh, don't worry about the whole SkyNet thing. That's like decades away. And I'm like,
but now it's like
decades? Like, that's not... you need to tell me farther than decades.
Tell me
Like
400 years from now so I can
right.
be long gone.
Like, decades, I'm still alive. Like, I'm getting ready to collect retirement or something. Like, that's not when I want SkyNet to happen.
Decades.
Yeah.
It's only like 15 minutes away, buddy.
Like, don't worry about it. That's like so later this afternoon. Like, you're fine.
So they announced new systems for their website and different platforms and
new
stuff.
everything. So like the biggest news, in my opinion, is they have have you heard of the Amazon Echo?
Yeah, Alexa.
Hey Alexa,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So Google came out with their own. It's called Google Home, and it goes to Google Assistant, which is what Google now used to be. Excuse me. Used to be. And so now you can just say, okay, Google, when's my flight? And then it's all contextual. It's conversational based. So you can be like, what is the actor that was in Twister? Oh, that actor is Bill Paxton. How old is he? Instead of saying, how old is Bill Paxton?
Oh, it'll actually
So
remember.
it's conversational
That's
back
cool.
and forth, which is kind of cool. So they showed that it's just a little speaker that goes in your house and, of course, probably listens to everything and uploads that to a
Logs it all,
server
gives
and
it to the FBI,
logs it all
let's see.
somewhere, and the NSA's listening to you.
NSA.
Talk about bombs and stuff. So
Jesus. Okay.
I've got to get off my lawn that kind of relates to this stuff. Okay,
Right.
so I was reading about it, and they're like, oh, it's going to be like building your own Google because it's going to like learn what
Yeah.
you like, this and that, and this and that. But I hate how like when you go shopping on Amazon or something, and then now
Recommends.
everywhere you go, it's got what you looked at Amazon as
The
like,
ad, smart ads.
an
Yeah.
ad. Yeah, and it's like they're like, oh, we're tailoring it to you, and it's like, yeah, you're tailoring it to stuff I already saw. Like,
no, I have a big thing with that. Like, I'll buy, let's say, I got a new messenger bag, right, on Amazon, right? So I'm searching up,
messenger bag.
Merce.
Nerd.
shut up, man. Anyways,
You thought you were going to just slide by with that one, didn't you?
anyway, it doesn't matter what kind of product it is, okay? I'm just getting a new thing. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so you're looking for like you're comparing all your things. A keyboard doesn't matter. So you're comparing a bunch of the same product, right? You buy the product you want, and then you're done. You don't need that thing.
Right. And
Messenger bag.
that's
I don't know.
whatever.
I could use a couple
So
Merces.
now when I go on Amazon, it's like recommended for you. All these fucking bags. It's like I bought one. I compared all of them. I got the one I wanted. I never
know.
need to see these again.
And it's like, okay, I would rather them market it to what I'm looking at. Like, I mean, like, okay, if I'm on a website that usually like 30-year-old males enjoy, then go ahead and show me other things that 30-year-old males enjoy, not the stuff I already looked at earlier in the day.
Or be like, you bought this bag 2 years ago. It's probably all crappy now. Now we'll show you the bag needs to be replaced or something like that. You know what I mean?
See, that would be smart.
There you
That's
go. You can have that
2
one.
years ago
Jeff Bezos.
today. Yeah, do that. See what I bought 2 years ago and start marketing that to me. But
Yeah,
not
those
stuff I
headphones
just
are getting
bought
kind of
5
old. You
minutes.
bought 3 years ago. You
Yeah.
probably want some new ones.
See, but it works on me because I don't know how often you guys do this, but I will put stuff in the cart, hover over the place order button, and go, "Do I really need this?" This is why I got rid of the one click. Right? This is the only.
yeah.
This is the only bearer of like, just get it, David. I hover over that, and I'm like, I don't really. No, I'll just, and then I delete, and then I go to another website, and that thing pops up, and I'm like, it's following me.
it knows. Yeah, but you know what ad block is, people? Then you don't have that problem.
Yeah,
Right,
I guess
right.
I just never use that stuff. But like I'll just be like, somebody will ask me a question like about something, I'll just look it up, and so now I'll get advertisements for like pillows and
trust
like
me.
or stuff like I'm not interested in it at all. I was just quickly googling something for someone else, and it's just annoying. I don't want them to build it around me. Just do your thing, and I'll see what I want to see. Like I don't. You're narrowing
makes a
my
lot of-
focus down so much. What if I'm never introduced to some crazy Asian thing that I would really enjoy?
Speaking of, like, one of the things they announced, it's a new chat app. They have 2 new chat apps. One's a video and one's just a chatting app. I think it's called Allo. A-L-L-O. Correct me, internet. I know you will. But it's contextually learning. So, or it uses machine learning. So, someone sends you a picture, right?
Yeah.
Normally you'd say, oh, that's cute or whatever. So, after someone sends you a message, it'll give you 3 smart replies.
Wow.
Based on what you've said before.
We're not
to
even gonna be
that
talking
question.
to each other
Yeah,
anymore.
so you can just be like, laughing, cute emoji. You know what I
Like,
mean?
Man, that Merce is so cute.
Thank you.
It's good on you.
Yeah.
And I wanted
And
to
then it's
say
like,
it.
did
It'll
Jordan
mock
say
you
that,
for
or
me.
did Jordan say that, or did Google tell him to say that, and that's what he said?
That's
It's just kind of one of those weird
kind of
things.
creepy. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, having smart reply conversation. back
There
and
there
forth.
was a video that I watched back in high school. So that was a few years ago, and it was called Google's On. Do you remember this video?
I think so. It sounds really
So
familiar.
it was this idea that Google and Amazon were at some point going to merge together, and then create the
world. Dominate the world.
Well, not just that, but use the Google search engine algorithms and all of its tools and items at its disposal to tell you exactly what you want, and not give you basically know what you need and what you want before you need
And
or
get
want
it
it.
to you in an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of creepy because it was just like, and then eventually it was like, oh, well, it'll know what kind of news you like, so then it'll tailor what news it shows you, but then you only know the news you want to know.
That's my problem. That's
Right.
what I don't like. Is like you tailor it too much to me. I'm not being exposed to the things that I don't even know that I would like.
That's what I hate about
that's how
the
you put people
Facebook-
in bubbles.
That's what I hate
I
about
know.
the Facebook feed, where it reorders your stuff based on what it thinks that you want to look at on your feed. But I always sort by most recent, because I just want to see what's going on now. You know, I don't care
Yeah,
about.
I don't
like,
enjoy that either.
Someone posted this yesterday. It got a lot of likes, so it's probably something you're going to want to see. It's like, no, I don't care. It happened yesterday. I want to see what's happening now. And you can't save that as your default thing. It's always just going to be whatever's hot. It's annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought mine was based on time.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. It's
No, you
based
have to
off
go
a
into a
lot,
menu
yeah.
every time. But what's really cool about this Google, or cool depending on how you think about this stuff, but because Google now has a whole suite of smart home products that sync with Google, like Philips Hue and Nest and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
that showed a video of the Google Home product. The guy's waking up to breakfast. He's a parent, got the kids in bed. Play morning playlist. Or, okay, Google, play morning playlist. Music's playing. Play music in all the rooms to wake up the kids, right?
Right.
Music starts playing. Kevin doesn't wake up yet. Turn on the lights on Kevin's room. You know, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Where it's just like, oh, it's creepy, but it's cool.
They
but
need
it's-
to, they got to show the realistic one though, where you're like play music all over the house, and then it just like plays in one room. And you're like, no, all over the house, and then it stops playing. You're like, Google, and now you're arguing with Google like straight
Have
out
you
in
used
your
Google
house.
Now on your phone?
No, I don't use
When
it.
I had the Samsung, S4 was the last one I used, and Google Now is freaking amazing.
Yeah. It's getting. I know we make fun of that. It's getting better.
Based on your traffic, you need to leave right now so you'll get there on time. Or
Yeah.
You need to leave in 7 minutes.
My
you know?
my phone does that with the calendar stuff. It's like, you need to leave now, and I'm like, I'll get there
Don't
just
tell
fine.
me what to
Yeah, like I'll be fine. They're like, but you'll speed. That's against the law. I'll be fine.
And you're going to get in your Google car and be like, I told you we should have left 5 minutes ago. I can't go over the speed limit, so you're going to be late.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be, what is it? Kit from Knight Rider. He's gonna start talking to you the cars. Oh, I saw a video of that, by the way. When is that like? Is that gonna like? When is the rollout of that? No pun intended.
I don't think so. Now,
Like
it almost
Google
seems
cars.
like every single company, Uber is making self-driving cars
Lyft,
now. It seems
yeah.
like every single company is making their own self-driving cars. It's going to be freaking weird. You're
I
going to
saw-
call an
I
Uber
cannot
and it just
wait.
a car's going to roll up and you're going to be like, all right, robot Uber, take me
Why
to the
would
bar.
you call Uber when you could just like hit your watch and your own car shows up and picks
Well,
you
no,
up?
I'm saying, like, if Uber's going to take over the world, why do you even need a car? Why do you need a car payment? You just call Uber and take that everywhere.
That's a good point.
Because then I have to pay per ride.
Yeah, exactly.
we'll
But maybe
see.
it's cheaper than a car payment every
We'll
month.
see. We'll see.
Oh,
There's no
oh.
driver. You're not having to pay for that stuff. We'll see.
I don't know. I
Slowly
just like
taking
my own
over the world.
stuff. I don't like.
Hopefully they
renting.
allow podcasts.
I don't want to sit in some filthy car that a bunch of people have vomited in and stuff.
Speaking of Google, by the way, we are now in the Google Play Store. I just got an email. I had to submitted that forever ago.
Oh, because the podcast is now a thing.
yeah, it's on there. So
Can
we
you
are.
think of how disgusting the back of cars will be when there's no driver watching people?
No, the robot cleans it.
I'm just
There's
saying.
there's just
It's
some
gonna
things
be
robots
people
won't
just-
do.
you know those
There's gonna be
toilet
people
seat-
like pissing all
You know those
over
toilet
the
seat
place?
covers that
Like,
rotate? It's just going to be
gonna
like
be
seat covers that's just way back. Oh, no more blood or whatever happens in the back of this
What's
car.
going on here?
Dude, that robot car, you
No.
don't know what happens in the back of this
You
car.
know, everything's gonna be out the window
Oh my
when there's
God.
no
When there's no
driver
driver,
to
yeah.
judge you.
But hey, stop having sex back there.
Right, it's gonna be gross. No,
that?
I'm
What was
buying my own car, and it's gonna come pick me up when I touch my watch.
What was
That's
that?
I want.
Taxi cab confessions? Confessions
Yeah.
are going to have that with robot cars now.
Yeah, it'd be just
Upload
horrible.
it directly to
The
YouTube.
worst of
They're coming out with a
humanity.
movie that's about like some of this. It's like, are you a watcher or are you a player? And it's like people watching, uploading stuff onto YouTube, and it's like, oh, here's the challenge. If you do this, you get paid. And it's like, go kiss the next random guy you see. And then they videotape it and upload it on YouTube. I forget what it's called, but it's like,
Also, James Franco and
David
not
Franco.
David Franco and
Yeah.
What's that girl's name?
I can't remember her name.
That'll help.
Bang your head
Stab
against
my eye into the microphone.
but yeah, it looks interesting. But all right, let's wrap it up. Anything else? We're done.
No,
we're good.
Google's
All
taking
right.
over the world as
Again-
we all predicted.
As always, we are right now, again, running the contest June for St. Jude. You can win all those great prizes that we talked about today. Again, we want to thank everybody for donating those prizes. Fantastic stuff to pick up. As well as all of the prizes we talked about in the last week, which I'll put a link in the video as well as in the audio versions, so you can go and listen to that or watch that to hear all of the other prizes. It runs all the way through June. Last day you can enter is on June 30th, because we'll be announcing winners on our July 4th podcast, America. But it's very easy to participate. All you need to do, you can do it right now, is go to stjude.org/donate. Donate at least $5. Snap a photo of your donation, post it to your social media outlets, including Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, with the hashtag SDSGIVEAWay. Or you can email us, and you can email us lots of stuff. Questions, comments, concerns.
You know what? Tell your friends to donate too. Be like, listen, I donated to children. Did you donate to children today? No.
And here's the thing. If you get them to donate and they win, you just take the stuff from them.
Yeah, it's like, I told you about that. You give me, remember, these are bundles.
Yeah,
You're going to
you-
get like 4 things. Be like, just give me half of that, man.
yeah,
I
give
told
me.
you
I
about
get
the
first
concept.
dibs, and then you get to keep the rest.
You can
Exactly.
sign your parents up for like a Facebook.
Yeah.
And then have them submit one.
Yeah, come on, let's do it,
No
people.
one's gonna know.
Let's raise some money.
It's 1 entry per person, per email.
Yeah, per person. And then again, it's limited to the continental U.S. if you're a resident of the continental U.S. We do love Hawaii, Alaska, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico.
Sorry, Puerto Rico.
We love all of you, but it is limited to that. Until next time, bye.
See ya.
Believe